Music is fundamentally an emotional connection.
Doesn't matter where you're from in the world, what language you speak, music, we all speak that same language.
I believe that music gives us an opportunity to tap into something greater and to connect people.
The music industry is kind of like a giant vacuum now, and I think in order for art to thrive, you need a community.
Work at something and then hopefully meet the right person that can make it a little easier on you to make things happen.
Like an organization like Launch, which is finding these people, not only the musicians and the artists, but the people working on the back end of things who are also musicians and artists themselves, so they understand sort of the struggles we have to get together to help other artists. Because that's what every artist and musician needs. They need a team. You hear it with everyone, like unanimously.
Happy Monday. Got my coffee on the beach. I love coffee. Do you love coffee? I drink several cups a day. I know people who don't drink coffee, and I'm like, how do you get up in the morning? I am kind of jealous, though. I would love to reduce my dependence on this wonderful caffeinated, addictive substance, but I just love it. Love coffee. So big shout out if you love coffee. Big shout out if you don't. We love everyone. We love all types of music, all types of art, and just love relaxing on this beautiful beach you can see here on this Monday in July. And if you've been tuning in to Launch TV, I know you've seen some of our new nightly launch shows we've been broadcasting. Hope you've had a wonderful holiday weekend, and happy to get back and get rocking and rolling on some cool stuff this week. So every single night this entire month, you'll be able to come to launchglobal.tv, see some awesome original music. So let's get started. First, we're going to share our friends in Atlanta. Music and Friends Atlanta is a artist collective down in ATL. Tons of nurturing content, tons of up and coming bands. So just don't even need to explain. You'll get the vibe from all of them. And after that, we're going to hear from a really, really dope rapper from the area called Harshaan. So give it up. Music and Friends, Harshaan, coming at you right now.
This is for the people of the South that are brown in the equator, La Raza, and the free labor. To be where we wanna live, we don't need papers. This is our casa. Fuck ice. Existential exoskeleton, my brown melanin embedded with indigenous and European settlements, divided intelligence.
Go ahead. All right, so what's your name, bro?
Victor Mariachi.
All right, yeah. How did wait a minute? I say mariachi. Say it again. How you say?
Mariachi.
Yeah, yours sound different than mine. Where you from, bro?
Mexico. Yeah, mariachi is like a traditional band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got my name from that.
A traditional band.
Yeah, from just the band, and also I grew up in the '90s.
Yeah.
And El Mariachi, that's an action movie.
Yeah.
This guy in the briefcase. I don't know if you've seen the movie Desperado. Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
The original is called El Mariachi, and in his briefcase, he's got like all types of weaponry. But you know, my lyrical content is very cutthroat, so it's very. That's where I got the kind of like the same type of vibe I get from that.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I got into rapping in the 6th grade. I used to draw a lot, but then I found I always loved music, but rapping was a different type of art where I could I was really obsessed with the English language, and I wanted to express myself and speak for my people in a very clear way. So I was obsessed with having to be clear and just in poetry too. You know what I'm saying? To have those two aspects come together in music. Underground, Jedi Mind Tricks, Vinny Pass, all them other dudes. But as I got older, I experiment. I started listening to other bands. I started listening to punk rock and other things that to really inspire me. And Big Pun, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just the legends is really what I grew up to listening to. Yeah.
All right. So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's it.
I feel so alone now. Had a taste of the life I've been craving. Jetting in his waves now. He's so cool, is all I'm saying. Sweet nothings flow into my ear. Aiming for my brain, bleeding to my veins. Ain't no dawn, but I'm a diamond. In the rough, stuck in hiding. Hot words leave his lips and flow into mine. My skin was radiating, glowing. Something that was lost in time. Keep sipping my guava juice. You so cute, yeah, you. Keep sipping my guava juice. You so cute, yeah, you. His words made my heart melt, and special is what I.
It's actually Shy Hop for everything. Looking down at the city, we just put up in flames.
We ain't saying no names, just play the game.
My name is Shy Hot. I'm from North Atlanta. I got a couple songs for you guys, so let's do this, DJ.
Babies, his watch Chinese, it goes bling bling in the right light. He knows mailing from a knife fling. She goes through the grapevine, thinking he was mine. He was everybody's and no one's at the same time, mimicking me and holding the rewind. Just pause.
What it says, it don't come as easy. He thinking I'm sorry. My drugs run the party. I know. So bring me change. Bring me change. Bring me change. And the things that he do with his voodoo, yeah. My things feeling like it's true to go to the grapevine. Yeah. Sorry, this fucking thing. Just pause.
You ready?
Yeah.
Cold Jungle ENT. Hattie. Man, come on and rap with your rapping name. What you rap, what you rap, what your rapping name. What you rap with your rapping name. Rap with your rapping name. Hey, well, me back on my rap shit. I gotta react. Bitch, I keep my brim loud, then I flip up the kill switch. Is this?
All right, I'm Stone. We're at Music and Friends. Follow us at Music and Friends ATL on Instagram. We just had a great performance from T. Hattie. He's gonna come talk to you about his journey as an artist. What's your name? Where you from?
My name is T. Hattie. I'm from Gainesville, Florida / Louisville, Kentucky. Holding it down.
Yo, I know you had that sour, that champagne cookies, that black leather in the winter. Well, it's right here on some neck.
That's a we. Poppin' chulo, getting it, play it to my business.
What's your sound inspired by? You know, because I hear the southern, you know.
Man,
but you know, and the stamina too, you know. So
yeah, I get that all the time. Sheesh, I would have to say people like, you know, the old Wayne, Ludacris, Pharrell, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Outkast, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like all of those people that I just mentioned, and it's a lot more, but you know, the people that I mentioned, they all have a catalog where everything sounds different. You know what I'm saying? And at times they can be technical, at times they can be funny, at times they're telling you stories, and at other times, you know, they doing what they do. So, I mean, I would say those people, man. Oh, Tribe Called Quest too. So, yeah. My artist name is T Hattie. If y'all don't know, you know now. That's T =H @TTI. That's my artist name. That's how you spell it. That's the way it looks. That's the way it smells. My social media is Retro Hattie. That's RETROHATTI. And you can find me on all, you know, social media platforms as well on that. So yeah.
All right, good, bro. Thank you for taking time. Thank you for coming out performing at Music and Friends.
This is your boy T Hattie. I represent Cold Jungle ENT, Gainesville, Florida, Louisville, Kentucky. My new project out right now, Too Raw, cause that shit is too raw. You dig? And we got this thing. Peace.
Oh, so what we doing is sing along. Feel free. Sunken Place.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cute. It's out already. It's on SoundCloud, but it's one of my projects as well.
Text me, boo.
Foggy is the city, but I'm ready to get it, yeah. Because the light continues shining where the light isn't clear. Maybe was devoted, she never wastes a day. Heartless is a serpent who just cannot have a way. Follow as she moves and the story very clear. Travel with the gypsies on the wagon every year. Yeah. It's the cozy magic all inside. It's in the dark.
Y'all want one more?
Please mingle, make some friends. We have Music and Friends.
Like you said, my name is Najee.
All right, brother. What's your name and where are you from?
Yo, I'm Najee, and I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
You know I treat you like a lady, but she think it's some hope that maybe she'll be the nigga that would throw us some rope.
What type of music, like if you had to classify your music, what kind of music you make?
I feel like I make eclectic, thought-provoking music, I'll say.
I say money, money, money. Hey, tell me the truth for you, the reason vices love me. Money, money, money. Hey, tell your creator, do me favor, give us low money, high money, buy money, tight money, loose money. I got the juice money, labor Bruce money.
Eclectic and thought-provoking. What inspires that sound?
Honestly, I feel like chords inspire my sound. I love chords. I'm in love with interesting chords, gospel chords, soulful chords, you know, anything that sparks my mind to go.
I ain't the niggas that you used to.
Yeah, and what brought you to Atlanta? You're from Missouri.
What brought me to Atlanta was it's a bigger market. Honestly, I feel like God was calling me to Atlanta, so I just got up and moved here. Like, man.
So, what's next for you, and where can we find everything about you?
Next, I'm about to release an EP, so I'm gearing up for that. And you can find my music on all streaming services: Spotify, Tidal, SoundCloud. I'm on everything.
And your social media?
Social media is at Najee Person. That's NAJIIPERSON.
All right, thank you, bro.
Appreciate you.
I ain't the same nigga that you used to. Probably think I own a gun, but you want me to. But I'll put you on blast if I roast you. No, I never play ball, but promise you I can coach you. So you probably think I blow too, cause I'm always too chill, but temperature probably froze you in time, but I ain't of it. But they was playing pickup games out the video. That's my last song. Hope y'all enjoy it yourselves.
All right, bro, what's your name and where you from?
My name is Alan Thomas. I am born in Chicago, Illinois, raised in Decatur on the east side of Atlanta, Georgia.
Man, I mean, that set was amazing. A lot of soul in there. Where do you get your inspiration from for your production?
A lot of jazz. I like a lot of jazz music. I like soul music, actually, just period, soul music. And I think soul music in all forms, like, not necessarily, most people when they think soul music, you think like Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye, and those guys are great, but I feel like soul music kind of comes in a lot of different ways. Like I listen to like metal and punk music, and there's soul like feeling in that too.
Support black business. Peace, peace, peace.
I had no idea that
I didn't either.
Stay the fuck off my line then, my nigga. When I see you on Fairfax, nigga, keep moving that way, my boy. It's no hard feelings, but I'm not the nigga to play with. Y'all gonna stop playing with me. I can tell a million jokes on this bitch, but I still look like a nigga you can't play with. You did.
For tonight, what inspired your set?
A lot of the more current like wave of like producers that make kind of like beats off of the SP, like Stolen Drums. Stolen Drums is a big influence.
What do you have coming, and where can people find it?
So I have a few projects coming up, but most notably a project with my group, the Family Orchestra. That's me and Nia Lyrical. We've got a project coming soon, and all of it can be found on our Bandcamps online, thefamilyorchestra.bandcamp.com. But we'll be on all of the online retailers when we do release it.
Right here on the guitar.
Thank you, bro. All right, thank you. We thank you for coming out, Music and Friends, and good to meet you, bro.
I had a good time, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, brother.
Say, who got the crops? Like, who got the crops?
Who got the crops?
Who got the crops?
Who got the crops?
That has nothing to do with what the song is about. When I wrote it, when I made the hook, it was like it was in the thing. All right, I'm doing Krav Maga with my lovers. The same AT coming raw without the rubbers. It's overcast and cloudy. Libido feeling rowdy, so I'm about to smash these bitties in the game. For those who doubt me, chronic talking loudly. That coochie fire and the head of rap like she Saudi. Stupid fire, fucked up my composure like I'm slouching. Ain't chilling, but I'm crouching. Whoever said it's over wasn't reaching. They was jousting. I'm hanging on Virginia Amway nonsense like white every nigga on the boom bap beat conscious. We eating all the lunches. Y'all the bradiest, the bunches and out of shape. Need to do your crunches and your lunges and your push-ups and your rushes. Combination punches, wops and hammer dances, cause you niggas couldn't couldn't touch this. Nah, we off that hawk. Posted like a stop sign. Pulling off the back. It was like, let me hear you say, who got the crops? Who got the crops? Who got the crops? Who got the crops? Say, who got the crops? Who got the crops? Say, who got the crops? Who got the crops? Thanks, guys. That was Who Got Crops.
Again, for coming out, music friends. Our last act tonight is Rhea and the 706 Band. I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to let them do what they do.
Okay, well, like you said, I'm Rhea. This is 706 Band, and we're gonna do a couple things. Not too many things. We're just gonna rock out. Is that all right with you guys? Yeah? All right, cool. So we're gonna start off with a couple things that's familiar, and you can sing along if you want to. I would like you to. Y'all smile. You know? All right, go ahead, Wayne.
Kisses warm like the summertime. I just might give you a piece of mind. I can't go a day without your love. Got me saying, hey, daddy. You got me saying, hey, daddy. You got me saying, you got me saying.
We'll have a regular host. We got Shy High. It's gonna be in the March show. Sway Cassidy. It's gonna be a little Asian again. Atlanta's Wakanda. There's music and friends. I am Stone John. Thank y'all for coming out. Billy's gonna spin. Y'all gonna chill, drink, fellowship. All right, meet new people and have a good time. All right, thank y'all again.
You know what I'm saying? I am your host tonight. My name is Marcus Banks. I'll be taking good care of y'all. Okay? You guys are at Music and Friends.
Da, best you can be. With the top drive, man, I'm steaming. Go girl gleaming. What's he meaning when he's screaming? I don't know your face from this place. Shit's a space. Won't he allocate his feelings like his boys do from his top friends? Just creeping and waiting. Fiending like babies. His watch Chinese, it goes bling bling in the right light. He knows mailing from a night fling. Shit goes through the grapevine, thinking he was mine. He was everybody's and no one's at the same time, mimicking me and holding the rewind. Just pause for the says. It don't come as easy. He thinking I'm sorry. My drugs run the party. I know. So bring me change. Bring me change.
Yeah, bring it. You know it's
We appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. DJ Billy, you continue to do your thing. And you got that tag that I like? I know you got it.
I'm fucking with you though.
I know you fucking with it.
DJ J.
You ain't that real DJ if you ain't got a tagline. Alright, God, keep it going, DJ Billy. I appreciate everybody for coming out. We'll start the show in a minute.
Because it's gonna make y'all feel good. And I'm all alone. I'm still stand up. 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 I'm still
Y'all, okay. Remember what I said, when an artist is on stage performing, please keep your conversations to a minimum.
Push me down.
Hi, we're Sweet Cassidy. I'm Jeremiah Percival. This is Billy Ross. This is Skylar Brillante. And this is Jay, the newest addition. My usual partner Ian is at a funeral, R.I.P. It's his grandpa. He was very old. He went peacefully. But yeah, we're gonna play some songs for you.
Get on the guitar real quick. Hey, Jeremiah, let's get it. Hey, Jeremiah. Can you get the keys up just a little bit? Yeah, I think.
It
about what you need. Treat yourself, it can't be loud. It's not what it seems. Only for the night. Only for the night. Only for the night. Only for the night. This is our last song. Lose myself in nothing. Where is she? Moving because I need. Where is she? The woman was just like me.
Having sex. You having sex, get some condoms. Alright? We got female and male. Okay? Whatever. If you're having sex, go over there and get your condom, okay?
Yeah, I'm getting live. Yeah, I'm streaming through your digital. Yeah, I'm hella vibe. Word slurred through medicinal. Word to mystical. There I go, the original. Got the host. Wanted jeans simming me like mistletoe. My pencil broke, but the pocket's not chained up like pocket watch. I poppin' locks. Speak so poppin' heat. Shout out to Poppin' Pete.
What do we got? What do we got? Hey, okay. I feel like this is about to be something special in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Cause you gotta try. Mama, I wanna know it. You got it so bad, all up in it. You shoot like years on my section, the babe. You got me excited. I met you nice, so good. Yeah. Oh, let me take it on, let me take it on. Oh, let me take it on, let me take it on. I met you right, so good, yeah. All right, it up. Let me pick it up. Let me pick it up.
Alright, you guys, stand it up.
Alright, if y'all still having a good time, let me hear you say yeah! We got one more act coming up to the stage. Please give it up for Are We Human? We are
Are We Human? I am Indica Jolie.
And I am Artemis Bonner.
And we are
We Human?
So thank you guys for coming out to.
Yeah, just another ordinary day. Sunshine ain't no ordinary rays. Still working on my chest, but my shirt off. Old school Gucci belly flip flops. Dogwood fest, we in Piedmont. Smoke a lot of weed and we eat a lot. Roller skate slide on the interstate. Man, it feels great when I'm in my state. Keep my homies in the loop, they know where I'm at. If they come through, I'm cool with that. If they don't, I got my boo in back. And she rolling up with her sunglasses on. Cool as fuck. She cool as fuck. She cool as fuck. She cool as fuck. Yeah, back to the date that I'm living though. Man, this shit sweet like a finger rough.
Cigarette smoking on replay. Set a roof for a coupe on a free play. We on one on a good day. We on one on a good day. Had the booze and the DJ. Hennessy and some lemonade. We on one on a good day. We on one on a good day. Girls popping, natural. I'm the queen. Glad you know.
You check out the board. Follow us on Instagram at Music and Friends ATL. We do this every first Friday of the month. I'm Marcus. I'll be your host tonight.
I am and you're lost and found. I killed the one under the crown. 148 hours. Divide and conquer my mind. Divide and conquer my mind. 148 hours. I killed the one under the crown. I am and you're lost and found. But don't try to find me.
Have an event that you want to host, huh?
A wedding?
If you have a wedding, me and DJ Bentley can do the wedding, DJ Bentley can spin and then I'll just be talking all the shit, So if you are getting married, come on up here.
Hey, we'll bring performers too.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm an artist, and I do music, and I'm in a group called Are We Human? You guys should follow us. If y'all not following us already, you should follow it.
It's at Are We Human? It's all one
letter R, W-E, human.
And we make good music.
Yeah, we make great.
What's up, y'all? So me and a couple buddies do this thing called serial events, and we're having we do little parties with different local acts, and these guys Snowblind will actually be performing our next one. It's called Serial Bash. Follow us on Instagram at serialevents.com. But it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be those guys and some other weird acts from Atlanta. Be a good time, July 20th, and you can see the address on Instagram. But yeah, come check it out, y'all.
I'm T Hattie. I'm an artist. I'm an MC. I throw an event as well. It's called Mad Flavor Ill Vibes. Right now, we're in the process of doing different things with it. So if you are artists of any form, may it be poet, may it be dance, may it be comedy, may it be production, may it be rapping, get with me, because we definitely trying to do things with y'all. Also, I'm a content curator. So if you have content, may it be music, videos, or whatever on your social media, MAD, M-A-D, Flavor, F-L.
All right, Marcus Banks. I don't have an Instagram for my hosting, but just talk to me and we can conduct some business. Okay.
we're actually working on, and I wanted to let you guys know, we're working on a new EP at the moment. So after everyone's done playing tonight, we shout out everyone that is playing. We're going to have this room, and for one of our new songs that's coming out, we're doing a gang vocal. And so we're trying to get as many fucking people that want to do it as possible to pack this fucking room here. And we have lyric sheets that we'll give everyone. It's just 4 lines, and we can just throw down on some vocals. It'd be fucking awesome. So if anyone has any interest in it, just let us know after, and we'll make it happen. It'd be super cool. See how many people we can fit in there. So this song is called Tide.
Why so silly? I spend now just having fun, taking my time. I'm just here for what I want to come. It's gonna be divine, yeah. So relax, take a heartbreak, find a moment to just change your state. Yeah. Rewind to the hard times and be thankful for what you got now.
Please reach out. I have a show coming up Monday, July 8th, full band experience. It's gonna be a crazy night. I need everybody to come and show out. It's gonna be at Blue Lagoon in Buckhead. So come on out, guys. It's free.
Ticket, maybe that'll solve them. Ease into my equilibrium. You think I'm kidding, man? I'm not so functional when I go coast to coast. I like to boast, jamming in my ML 320.
Okay, before we leave, I want y'all to understand Stone and DJ Bentley created this event. Okay, so this is for your enjoyment, and we want everybody that does anything, singing, rapping, anything, we want you to come through. One, two.
And Benita's birthday is the same day as mine too.
Oh, okay. All right, remember it's Benita and Stone. Right. Benita and Stone. Got it going up to you. Happy birthday to you.
Riding in the hills, you know I'm so stony. Grabbing at the bigger picture, man, I can't be seen with ya. I hate laying low and never knowing where to go.
I need a pound cake. Clown cake.
Damn, bro.
Round cake.
Damn, bro.
Peach.
You can't have no more cake, bro.
Who you said what? You can't have no more cake, man. Cake and act the plum fool.
Something deep down in me knows I don't go with the flow. Moving puzzle pieces, getting greedy with the seasons. Gunning for the champion, but I got peace and stamina. Brewing inside of me, I pick a beat to make it bleed.
Run away. Run away.
my God.
Once a jit, I had no responsibilities. Martyr riding, carving rhymes inside my notes mentally. Chemistry, the way she reacting got me initially cranking up the car. The rest of it is so sickening. Dope up a set, bitch, you know what I represent. A couple of checks to your ex, then she give me neck at the spot. Long way from here, I call her giraffe. Plus she left after my freshman year. I call it the draft. First round on me, barely shots, but off the BBW, BMW. Strong weed smugglers legalized in some states. Well, motherfuck the other ones. If it's looking good for us, the nigga we gon' cover. My eyes are saying fuck you, baby. Nigga, we got some plans just to double up. Silence all the love from you, baby. Police pull out your handgun and muzzle up.
Feeling low. Didn't see it coming on. Didn't need it, no. Didn't know it had been heavy. Feeling low. Ooh, it's the formula. shaking, take your life away that whoa, yeah. Once they get you hit it, they shaking, you a pose, yeah. We getting money now. Take all my worries out, I'm no doubt. We got the power, yeah. I got the power, yeah. Whoa, I feel like whoa. I got the force, yeah. Walking on water, yeah. I got the power, yeah. I got the power. I got the power, yeah. I got the power, yeah. I got the power. I got the power, boy. I got the power. I got the power. I got the power.
Awesome. That was dope. Right now, I would invite you to click on the link below. That's going to take you to our WeFunder equity crowdfunding campaign. Launch is fundraising right now. We're looking to strengthen our infrastructure, get some marketing money behind our idea so that we can really start pushing this out into the music universe and just start letting folks all around the world get their head wrapped around this whole idea of really simplifying the music value chain and creating a new system where artists pool resources and combine forces to create abundance for all, rather than this tired grind and starving the market and just this hyper psycho greed that just seems to grip the industry that's so antithetical to music itself. So we're just not down with the old paradigm. We're not down with, you know, asshole managers, you know, trying to get the absolute most money they can get for their client, the asshole venues who want a $10,000 guarantee. It's like, how about we just play music and do shows and share the revenue and share the resources? I know it sounds kind of hippy dippy, but especially in the post-COVID landscape, we really think this is how things are going to go. I mean, if we can't collaborate, if we can't pool resources, I don't think we're going to get by, frankly. So that's what Launch is about. We're creating a new microcosm of the music industry where we pool resources and revenue to create abundance for all. If you want to learn how we're doing that, click that link below. Check out our WeFunder. We'd love to have you on board. And that said, going to introduce our next act here. Bred from Bayou Voodoo and Carolina Superstition, with a dose of left coast spirituality comes Kenny Gregg. Kenny's unorthodox style to music and interdimensional audio transmission makes them a highly misunderstood yet incredibly entertaining, infusing punk, psychedelia, and hip-hop. Every song is a unique journey to the other realm. So FYI, Kenny Gregg is not a person. Kenny Gregg is not a band. Kenny Gregg is an idea, and we hope you enjoy it. And after that, we are going to hear from Skylar, who is an awesome indie songwriter from Atlanta as well. So give it up.
Welcome back to the Groovy Charismatic
sound. As always, I am your host, LaVar Jackson. And of course, y'all are familiar with our fantastic sponsors, the wonderful makers of Afro Shine. You know you fine with your Afro Shine. I like that one too, Jeff. My old lady uses that stuff. She loves it. And when I go, you know what I have to say?
What you say?
You don't hear a squeak. You know what I'm saying, my fans? You know what I mean exactly. Now, this new piece is really going to blow your minds. Let me tell you, fans, right now, you're going to see a bunch of guys that I would like to party with. Absolutely. Here they are. Johnny Action and Safari Party.
Play that.
And now for something completely different.
What's up, you guys? My name is Skylar Davis. I am a 19-year-old musician from Birmingham, Alabama, and I make music. I would describe it as self-healing music and power to the people music, because we all have power in us that is more greater than we can ever imagine. And so today I'm going to do 3 songs for you that I wrote myself. So yeah, hope you enjoy. And if you like anything that you hear, my social medias are at the Skylar Davis on Instagram and just Skylar Davis Music on Facebook. And I'm on iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff as just Skylar Davis. So yeah, hope you enjoy. This first tune is called Far From Me, and this is a song about having somebody that you really love, but they had to leave or they just moved away. So yeah. And I've been wondering, why'd you have to go so far from me? And love has a different meaning when you feel that real kind of feeling. every day I pray that you would have stayed. Oh, yeah. And I know that everything happens for a reason, 'cause you were the only one that I truly believed in. Those eyes, dark as the night sky. Your smile is so precious, I just can't lie. And the way you move, I get butterflies. And babe, don't worry, 'cause you don't even have to try. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this song short, 'cause I'm just lost for words, so I need your support. Just promise me that in this life you won't settle for anything but the best, 'cause you deserve to be treated just like a queen and nothing less. And this next song, this is called One Love. Hope you enjoy. Oh, love and positivity, these are the only things that exist in my reality. And from above, well, we and you are me. Oh, please bring down some goodness and equality. And by the power invested in me, oh, I see that I declare this day that I am happy and free from negative energies. I'm in that space of where my dreams are realities. And through all this pain, I know I got strength, 'cause I got the power of Jah on my side. And from the mountains and down through the trees, oh, your beauty, yeah, runs so deep. And by the power invested in me, oh, I see that I declare this day that I am happy and free from negative energies. I'm in the space where my dreams are realities, 'cause I'm free indeed. And for this last one, this one is called Free Spirit. It's off my new album, Acoustics 2, that just came out everywhere. And this song is about not being able to stay in one place and just having a roaming spirit, because, you know, there's so much beautiful earth that needs to be captured with our own eyes. So yeah, that's what this one's about. And and settle down, rest your mind and soul. Your love is set for the open road, and I'm leaving behind all the stress that I had. I'm soaring with the sun, I'm not turning back. But my dear child, what are you after? Your secret is mine to keep, and life is for starting new chapters, even when you're not feeling complete. And how do you feel now that you're on your own? But remember this, you're not the only one in control. And you're so strong like that, with all the faith that you had. Remaining true and never letting anyone take that. But I feel like this is what I need to do. I can't stay in this city forever. That's why my heart is breaking through. The sun will always push through the stormy weather. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And if, like I said, if you digged anything that you just heard, my name's Skylar Davis, and it's just Skylar Davis on everything. And Instagram is the Skylar Davis. And a huge shout out to Launch for doing and setting up this amazing platform. Lots of love, and hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your week. Lots of love.
All right. Well, last set we're going to hear today is from the Paste Studio in New York. Rest in peace. That was my favorite place to hang. Love my boys, Brad and Bob over there. I'm glad they're still keeping busy and rock and rolling. This is going to be a set from the West Coast band Rogue Wave. Over the decade and a half that Rogue Wave has made music, Zach Rogue has continued to expand his band's emotional spectrum, drawing inspiration from the inevitable delusions of everyday American life. Rogue, his longtime bandmate Pat Spurgeon, and their fellow members have returned, reinvigorated, and with a fresh sound founded on the art of patience, the fearlessness of experimentation, and the unbridled joy of creating something meaningful to help us navigate through these vacant times. Couldn't have said it better myself. We need artists to come together now more than ever. That's what Launch is all about. Please check us out, and thanks for everyone who tuned in, and we will be back tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m., launchglobal.tv, and we'll be back every night this week and forever. We're doing it. So without further ado, kick back, relax from your cozy Monday night quarantine, and check out Rogue Wave live from the Manhattan Center Studios from 2 years ago, actually. This was from 2018. Give it up for Rogue Wave.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pace Studio here in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. We are broadcasting to you live from the Manhattan Center, as always, here on 34th Street, and we are joined right now by a very special guest, 4 very special guests combining into one. This is Rogue Wave. What's going on, guys?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Welcome to our log cabin.
Thank you.
We are
It's very
really
nice.
excited to have you. Thank you very much.
Love what you've done to the place.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
love more reels of tape behind me. at some
Yeah,
point.
we're working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's coming.
All right.
They're a little heavy. So you guys, this is a special moment for you. You guys are on tour right now behind a reissue. It's the 10th anniversary of Asleep at Heaven's Gate. And there's a reissue that came out a couple of weeks ago on March 16th with all kinds of cool new artwork, unreleased songs. There's a cover song on there. New, did I say new artwork? New artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can say it twice to underscore its
double the new
awesomeness.
artwork. Yeah, all kinds of new artwork. And so this is sort of a special occasion. So we're going to hear 3 songs from that record, 10 years down the road. And I'm excited to ask you about sort of how this all came to be. But let's start it off with a song first. Tell me a little bit about what we're going to start off with.
Well, thought we'd start with Chicago times 12, which is probably appropriate because it was written when I was kind of bottoming out. So, nothing like writing about your worst moments and then using it as a means to feeling better about yourself. So, yeah, this song was we were really overdoing it as a band and over touring, and just it was too much. And so this is kind of a response to that feeling of being overwhelmed and just exhausted.
Yeah.
And so I guess it led to this one.
Cool.
So, all right. And hopefully this 12-string will be in tune.
Do it quick.
We shall see.
Yeah, guitar times 12.
Yeah, I know. Untuned times 12. Are you guys ready?
You ready?
We're all ready. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We had fun in the sun, but now you throw it away. Wasn't out the baby with the back door. These dogs are stray. You never know how hard I try to keep my worries in line, but they're all bastards. Gone all the good old days of lady young porcupine. I listen to the taunts and the shouts of the celebration wine. I never could make it work out right. The milk loaves and the black light. Well, it don't matter, 'cause no one comes out to see us. No one comes out to see us. No one comes out to see us. My pain's in a rut. I've been lonely enough. I bet Los Angeles blood. I've had enough of this stuff. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Oh, wow, 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 wow. You can go on with what you're doing because they already know. You can run your life to ruin. There's so much to show. You never know how hard I try. The milk loaves and the
blast. Thank you so much. That song sounds amazing 10 years later. As a 10-year-old.
10 years to practice.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's perfect now. So, I was interested, when you were talking before you went into Chicago times 12, that song, obviously a lot of these songs had a very specific incubation. There was a reason they were written. They were feeling a certain thing. What is it like to go back 10 years later and sort of dive back into the headspace you were in when you were creating songs and in order to sort of reissue, repackage, think about them again in sort of a new way? Is it tough to sort of put yourself back there and to do this again?
Well, it's counterintuitive because usually, you're always thinking about something new you're working on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of bizarre to look back and feels kind of self-indulgent, like, ooh, I'm going to study myself for a while, Get enough of that headspace as it is, So felt a little weird doing it, and it's also, if anyone thinks about what they were like 10 years prior, it's like you wonder if you really who you are. I mean, I sort of recognize that person, but it's a trip, especially listening to some of the unreleased songs. I mean, it's one thing listening to the record and trying to figure it out so we knew how to play it live, but also some of the unreleased tracks especially kind of threw me because I just haven't heard them, and that really kind of shakes me, like, wow, I was a part of that song, and like trying to remember, like,
do you remember, like, when you hear the ones you really have not heard in a while, does it immediately like flip a switch in your brain, like, oh my god, I remember that, all these years later, like specific elements of it, or even just brushstrokes?
No, actually, it's kind of like, who did this? Like, I know I did it, but I don't. I mean, I have a terrible memory as it is, but that really kind of, it freaks me out. I'm like, if I did that, like, what else? I just don't remember. I don't remember a lot of the stuff we did, and there's all these demos. It's a whole period of time we were just writing, recording all kinds of stuff. So it is fun. I'd say the most fun part about the live thing we've been doing is just, a lot of the songs, when you're making a set, the more albums you put out, you're not going to play the whole record usually. So a lot of the ones we're doing right now, we just never played ever before. So
and was that on purpose?
No, it's just, you feel like you want to have a broad set. Sometimes it kind of covers other things, or room for covers or whatever. So so there's some where literally we hadn't done them until like a week ago.
Right, which has got to be kind of a cool element because it's in a way you're kind of you're combining a new thing with older things in terms of something you've never done before, even though this is all older material. Mm-hmm. There's a new element of creation for you involved in it.
Yeah, and I think there's an awareness that if we had done it now, we would have done it differently.
Yeah, right.
Of course.
Totally.
And so.
Well, we also had to strip everything back. There was a lot on that record, so we had to bring it back to a 4-piece band, and we brought new people on too since then. So they bring in something new. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I was kind of wondering about it is in the broader scheme, like, the world is in such a different, like, a place. Like, this was a record that came out in 2008, and it seemed like as a culture we were headed down this road, and now we're here 10 years later, and it's like we have totally lost that road, and we're on this other road. I mean, is it tough in that sense, going back and seeing what was inspiring you then versus maybe what is inspiring you now, and connecting those two kinds of things, or is it much more insular than that?
Well, what's strange is that, when we start the set off each night on this tour, we're playing harmonium because that's the first song on there. And what's weird is, like, there's this imagery in that song of this, like, dead soldier, which was really, an Iraq war reference, and that's so weird to me, like that, I was thinking of the pointlessness and, all the lies that we were being sold to get us into that. And now it's like, quaint compared to, I'm not quaint, not to minimize, at all, but it's just, it's breathtaking what we're going through now.
Yeah, and maybe you can see there are more connections to these two time periods than on the surface may initially seem to be there. Or things are, I don't know, messed up all the time, I guess is the takeaway.
Well, I just think we're in an era people can't keep up. It's an assault of information, and our brains aren't meant to keep up with the pace of computers, and we're a little lost right now. It's a very transitional period in time.
Yeah, well, it's cool then to sort of like go back to these staples and revisit what is really comforting and familiar in some ways, I think.
We hope.
We hope, yeah, right. People will come out to see you, you know. So we're gonna do a couple more from Asleep at Heaven's Gate. Tell me a little bit about what's coming up next.
Well, we're thinking of doing Christians in Black next. One reason why, because I want to see what it sounds like on this guitar. That's not the only reason, but this is a J45, and I like how it sounds. And about a personal tragedy and wrote about that happened with some people we knew in my family, and kind of trying to imagine the funeral procession and how those people were feeling at the time, and it's kind of an image of people walking in the funeral with regret. So, on that happy note, do you want to play this
Count
one?
it off?
Yeah.
Right on.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
1. Mama's working in the garden. She's picking herbs so she could feed them. The dinner rolls the only value. Saying, look what I did so I could feed them. Christian Black, Christian Black, Christian Black. Shuttle between LA and Oakland. Miles and miles between the both of them. Born and raised to be an alcoholic. You too old, the young to stop it. Christian Black, Christian Black, Christian Black. Once side-faced election. Eyes don't get mad. The feelings out in your band. Every day's just like the next. Christian Black, Christian Black, Christian Black. Christian Black, Christian Black, Christian Black. Ooh,
Guys, thank you so much. So, let me ask you about this record in particular. You know, I think that Asleep at Heaven's Gate was considered kind of a turning point for the band in terms of production and sound. There was a kind of a fuller, a more robust sound. I don't know. There was it was a real kind of a moment for this band. But you've made 3 records since, and there was one full band record before, and the debut, which is pretty much, I think, Zach, you. So was there something about this one in particular where you always knew, like, this is kind of a monument for us and we're going to revisit it, or this would be the one to revisit? There's something about Heaven's Gate in particular that led to this moment?
Is there something you want to say about that? Or?
Oh, you can start it off. I'll chime in.
I felt like I was pretty excited when we were doing it. I felt like we were, I think breaking new ground from a production standpoint for sure. Really indulging the more experimental side, and I've mentioned it, before, but we were kind of doing a lot of mixed media stuff where we were doing some, live 2-inch tape tracking, and then Pat would be in this other isolated room with
dilapidated house.
Yeah. So he had all this. He was doing all this crazy experimental stuff on 4-track machine with all these toys and all kinds of stuff that he was finding detritus in the studio.
Yeah.
And then we did some overdubbing. So we brought all these different layers together, and we wanted to really make headphone music, and let songs go a little bit longer and kind of stretch out and not feel like they had to fit into like a 2.5-minute thing. So not feel like we had to be compact and just experiment and let things just sort of let our hair down a little bit and go on longer.
Yeah.
And
we
so
did.
Yeah, we did.
Here we are 10 years later, still going.
When we were putting the songs together, as anyone does in the studio, so a lot of experimentation, a lot of writing was done in the studio. And then, like, I would take a 4-track tape and put the rough mix from the day, and then I have 3 tracks to play with, and I'd leave and come back later that night while they were Zach and Patrick Abernathy was playing bass, while they would do what they were doing.
Yeah.
And then that added an element of newness. Every single night we'd come in and bring in, there'd be some stuff that would happen.
And so then when we were mixing the record with Roger Mutno in Nashville, we nearly killed him. Because he's like, guys, it was...
I think he did
or vice versa?
Yeah. And actually, when we went to mix in Nashville, we continued tracking, if you recall. Yeah. We weren't done yet.
Because he put a trumpet part down on one of our songs. It's sort of a trumpet. It's more of a squawk.
Yeah,
but it's a trumpet squawking that he played. Phony Town.
On Phony Town, that bizarre noise. But we were doing all kinds of stuff, There was so much experimenting happening. We did stuff where we brought 40 people into the studio one night to play on Own Your Own Home, to just all play one instrument at the same time. We did stuff where Pat was like making all kinds of crazy noises. Before the song Ghost, he was like whipping plastic tubing around, or on a song that's on one of the now released tracks. At one point, I was trying to get a sitar sound.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really want a sitar sound. And Pat's like, I have an idea. And we had this huge, he had this speaker. Was it a Bassman? It was like a big Bassman.
Oh, yeah.
And he took a banjo and took this leather belt, and he strapped the banjo, the strings facing the speaker, and he had me strum really hard, and it made the banjo resonate, and it totally sounded like a sitar.
Wow.
Like, so just kind of weird stuff like that. It was our time to just kind of do anything we wanted and kind of no holds barred, and we had the budget to kind of spend a little more time too.
And now you're playing all these songs live, some for the first time. I mean, was it intimidating in any way, or was it daunting to think how are we going to recreate a lot of this in sequence every night and kind of give this kind of approximation of what people love in this album every night live? Whether it's I'm sure that those 40 people are on tour with you in their own bus, probably.
One of them's my wife now.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It wasn't at the time.
Not at the time. Just throwing that out there. I want to say It's great doing this album because we didn't get to do a lot of songs. I really like the song Lullaby, and we never really played it, and so now we're playing it every night. And it's also nice. It's a challenge for us to do these songs. So it's like we're rehearsing for a new record because we hadn't played most of the album. In fact, probably only 2 or 3 songs have we played consistently throughout the years off this record.
Yeah, cool. And is it something? And there must be something great about giving fans who are coming to see this record played. I mean, obviously they're fans of this album, and they're now hearing, you know, sort of like deep cuts, quote unquote, from a record that maybe they've never heard live. Do you find like there's a new sort of connection made with these with fans of the band who are experiencing songs that they've never seen you play?
Every night.
Yeah.
Every night I felt like I've been able to connect with people who, you know, have been with us for a while, and it feels special. We were doing Cheaper Than Therapy one night, and I saw some crying people, you know, feeling the feels.
Yeah.
And that's great. It's great that, you know, these many years later, there's people that are connecting to it, and so it makes it feel worthwhile. You know.
Yeah, and connecting in a whole new way, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do one more from Sleep at Heaven's Gate. Mm-hmm. Well, tell me a little bit about the closer.
It's called Lake Michigan, and
it's one of our most upbeat numbers. So we're gonna try to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
This one we've consistently played, I think, every show since that album came out. I really do.
Well, I remember when we were touring on our second record. Before we were out with this band called the Stills. I think they're Montreal. They're from Montreal, and they're great guys. And we were opening for them, and we were sort of trying that song. I don't know if you remember that, but we were kind of. It had been written, and then we were just trying to see if we could play it live, and we kept doing it, and we were getting a really good reaction. And sometimes you get no reaction when you're opening. You know, when we play that. I remember the guys in the band, and you're like, that Michigan song. You guys should do that. You should do that one on your next record. We're like, you think so? Like, yeah, people seem to. So we're like, all right. And so we did it.
You say so.
And my favorite part about the recording of that song is that we were rehearsing it a couple days before we went into the studio, and we were kind of screwing around with like how should the song start. And I remember we got into the studio to record the song. We're like, nothing quite felt right. So we basically just took our rehearsal tape. Yeah. And we just spliced it into the album. So it's the rehearsal and then the real thing kind of combined into one, and therein lied the
That's
end
where the
result.
magic happens.
And that was finding the tempo of the song too, because it was perfect in that rehearsal. So we just used that as the tempo for the song.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And so here we are.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing it in this format.
Let's see it.
I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen, quite frankly.
Yeah, if only you were sitting in my seat.
I know. All right.
She would even miss you if you taught aside. Power politician leading to the right. Baby's got a trust in that she
Mission accomplished. Guys, this is Rogue Wave, as we have established. There is a new release just came out on March 16th. It is the 10th anniversary reissue of Sleep at Heaven's Gate, plus a lot of stuff. I have mentioned the artwork. But there are also some unreleased tracks. There's a cover. There's a Beatles cover on this thing.
Yeah.
We'll leave it mysterious, unless you want to tell the folks.
No, they can
figure it out.
Yeah, once they see it, I'm sure they've heard it before.
Yeah, they probably have. Yeah. I heard it, first through you guys, and then I was like, wow, the Beatles.
Wow,
I should
who
check.
knew?
I should go back and learn about this.
Yeah, I should learn about who this
that's
obscure
how it
band
happens,
is.
You find, you listen
Discover
to
new
like
bands.
Hendrix, and you go back to like, Jimmy Reed or whatever.
Yeah. Same principle.
There's a lot of the music on roguewavemusic.com plus tour dates. There is a show tonight at the Bowery Ballroom here in New York City, and then another show tomorrow night at Baby's All Right out in Brooklyn, and then on down the East Coast, I believe, Philly after that, and on down.
DC and
North Carolina, a couple.
Yeah, we're doing Carborough. It goes on.
It
It
goes
goes
on.
on till May 20th.
And all those dates are at roguewavemusic.com. So find them there and listen to some music and all the other info that you want. So guys, thank you so much for coming and playing these beloved songs for us. They sound great in this format, which also must be something fairly unique.
We don't play many log cabins. This is
Yeah,
our first
I know.
cabin gig.
Especially in the city, right?
Yeah, you don't see a lot of that.
Yeah, totally. We'll bring you to the next one next.
Cool.
Thank you.
So guys, thank you so much for coming and playing in our studio. Congrats on this record, and we're looking forward to the reissues of Permalite and Nightingale and.
We're gonna do reissue tours.
Yeah, totally.
every year or two.
All right, cool, guys. Thank you so much. Come back and play again for us anytime. All right.
Thank you.
All right.